That's the same car. Right folks, so we're up in Scotland today. I'm at Infinit Performance. We are finally getting the RS3 stage 2'd, if that makes sense. I know it's been a few weeks since the last video, but I wanted to get straight to stage 2. Didn't want to play around. Of course, we've got this lovely thing in front of us right now. You might have seen this on my Instagram. But yeah, let's head inside and show you what we're going to do. That sounds good. So here we are, RS3s everywhere, pre-facelift, saloon with an OPF, and there's my car. So we've already got the catback section off, of course RS Sports exhaust. Can't beat the sound of a decatted 5-cylinder, man. Steven's been at it, he's been just getting the bits off. Currently getting the downpipe off, aren't we?
Yeah, subframe then downpipe.
Yeah. A bit of a hassle on these compared to a lot of other cars. So there's the OPF in there. But yeah, what we'll do, we'll wait till all the parts are out on the floor and we'll compare them to the stuff we're going to be putting on the car, and then show you guys exactly what goes into making a stage 2 OPF RS3. Right, so whilst that's getting disassembled, let's check out this TTRS. Underneath a fresh RS3, bit different to a Mark 5, which I'm normally looking underneath it, but there's no rust or anything, which is nice to see. There must just be extra flies up in Scotland, you know. There's like so many on the front of this. Nice little collection there. Yeah, I thought I'd get this plate for a bit of a joke. We are going to be putting a nice intake on it during next week. I was actually going to do the stock airbox with the forged turbo elbow, which is a common mod, because the main restriction on these cars is the turbo elbow, but we couldn't get one in time, so we're going to map it just with the decatted intercooler. Should be okay. During the week we'll get an intake on it and then work on some handling mods as well. Even though this thing does handle great with these tires, I think we can, you know, go one step further, mainly being suspension, but we'll leave that all for a different video. Right, so we're here with Owen, owner of Infinit Performance. Got a bunch of downpipes here.
Right, okay, so we'll start from the left and then go all the way to the right.
Okay.
So on the left here, we've got a 2015 to 2016 Audi RS3 pre-facelift downpipe.
Yep. So
in that downpipe, you've got the cats at the top here.
Yep.
And then they make two secondary catalysts down here.
Yep.
What a lot of people do is they fit secondary bypass pipes, which are these ones, to the pre-facelift, and that adds a lot of noise.
Okay.
Or you can kind of fully decat it, remove the primary one and the secondary one.
Yep.
After that, you've got, this is the 2017 to late 2018 downpipe.
Yep.
This is off the facelift TTRS and facelift RS3. So you've just got one main cat here.
Yep.
The facelift cars don't come with secondary catalysts, but secondary catalysts in the UK anyway.
Okay.
I think in America they get secondary cats,
right.
but not in the UK. Next, you've got
the one that's off my car, basically.
the one off your car. So this is an OPF downpipe. In the OPF downpipe, up at the top, you've got exactly the same catalyst up top. It makes two OPF filters, right?
Right.
The OPF filters have got pressure sensors.
Yep.
Before and after,
okay.
And there's a temperature sensor before and after the downpipe as well. Okay. So these kind of make sure when the particles have kind of been burnt off, everything's in check, it's not overheating, it's not got too much back pressure, etc. These can't be unbolted like the older cars. So on the older cars you can just remove the secondary cats or replace them with catalysts or whatever, kind of switch them about. On the OPF car you can't unbolt it, and you can't remove these OPFs without removing,
so it has to be the whole piece,
without mapping the car basically.
Okay.
So if you remove the OPFs, the car needs to be mapped.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If you remove the cat, you could probably get away with like a lambda sensor. That wouldn't trigger kind of limp mode. It would just trigger an engine light. But we recommend getting it mapped anyway if you're removing the cat or the OPF.
And then we've got the one that we're fitting to my car today, which is the decat pipes.
So these are our own brand downpipes. They've been made to spec for us.
Yep.
They're 3.25 inch off the turbo. They're designed with the stock turbo in mind. So anybody aiming for up to 550 horsepower,
Yep.
we recommend this downpipe.
Right.
It's been designed to our spec for a reason. When you go too big on the downpipe, you add lag.
Right.
The kind of small diameter on the downpipe, it aids spool. So we always fit these to cars that for people. We recommend them to people who aren't going to go big turbo or aren't going to change turbo or don't have plans for over 550 horsepower. So these get fitted to from our Stage 1 Plus to Stage 2 Plus packages.
Sound.
And then they make to genuine Audi secondary bypass pipes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they've got the Audi stamps on them, everything.
Yeah, so you go back to the original style then.
Back to the original style, yeah, we like to keep it OEM.
Yeah.
These downpipes, a lot of the other downpipes in the market as well, they rub on the heat shields and stuff. So these have been kind of laser scanned and they're spot on, like the fitment is bang on. They fit like the original ones.
Right, so the whole front end of the car is off. We've got the stock intercooler off the car as well on the ground. And I have a little explanation as well compared to the one we're putting on the car. This is your own brand one as well, isn't it, as well?
It is, yeah. So similar to the downpipes. These are our own brand intercoolers. We've had these made to spec.
Right.
We've had these rated to about they'll do up to 550 horsepower, right?
Okay.
So if you're sticking to stock turbo, again, like our downpipes, we recommend these intercoolers.
Yep.
There's many intercoolers on the market. Many of them are very large. We don't believe that you need to go that big
For stock turbo,
550 horsepower, if that's your max goal, you know. These intercoolers are made to spec. They're around 64% larger than the stock intercooler.
Okay.
They fit with the stock crash bar in place.
Okay.
So you don't need to take the crash bar off. You simply take the bumper off.
Yeah.
You take the intercooler off, you put the new intercooler in, and that's good to go.
Yeah. Because I've noticed with a lot of the ones for sale, you have to take all this off and fit a different one.
So a lot of other ones, this crash bar comes off.
Yeah.
And then you fit a modified crash bar, or there's some other intercoolers where you fit the intercooler is the crash bar, so there's no crash bar anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, we retain the stock crash bar because it retains kind of the stock radar mounts. It's safer.
Yeah. It's nice to have an OEM kind of look to it as well. Like
it's a proper OEM finish.
Right. So whilst that's getting fitted, just want to show you this RS3 out here. Nice few bits on it, even through the intake. There's one thing that you offer as well, isn't there, on the inside of this car?
So this is actually really popular and it's really unique. If you take a look at this car, it's got the TTRS steering wheel inside it.
Yeah, with the start button on it.
It works, you know. So if you hit that start button,
yep,
it should start up.
Yeah, perfect, like OEM.
If you hit drive select, it should allow you to change.
Yeah, it's all functional.
Yeah, it's fully functional. It looks much better on the standard kind of.
Yeah, it just gives it that kind of premium look, doesn't it?
So if you notice on this one, this customer opted to keep the start-stop button in the centre console.
Yep.
But with a lot of them, what we do is we delete that button altogether. So it's a proper OEM finish in the end. You've only got one start-stop button on the steering wheel, and it looks wicked, you know.
Nice and snug fit, isn't it?
I know.
OPF RS3 is coming along. We're getting there, lads. We're getting there. One thing before we get the car on the dyno though, make sure you do go down and hit subscribe if you are new here and you enjoy RS3 content. Make sure you do follow these guys on Instagram as well. But yeah, make sure you do go down and hit subscribe. We're nearly at 100k. Right, so the car's been put back together. Gonna have the first start up, fully decatted. We'll have a lot of wastegate rattle because we are gonna have to map that out. So the car's gonna head over to the dyno now. Yeah, sounds like an RS3 now. Much louder than I thought it would be. I've got 99 run fuel in there, you know, no 95 in there. Any predictions? What are you saying? 525. Couldn't hear it, man. Couldn't hear ya. 525. 525. Strong figures. What are you boys saying? Camera shy. More than his, yeah. So Dan's is up TTRS wherever it's gone. It's outside making all the racket before. I'm going for low 500, so I'd say 503, 504. Because we got the stock turbo elbow on it. If it had that fitted, I'd probably say, you know, 520, something like that. Plan is we're going to do a stock dyno run with the decap and the intercooler. Get you guys the figures then, and then we'll show a few dyno runs and then get you the stage 2 figure as it is. We are going to be adding an overrun to this car as well, so your downshift bangs will return for all your RS3 fanboys.
The car made 414 horsepower
Stock.
and 477 newton meters.
Is that roughly what you see in terms of
These are
stock?
rated at 480 newton meters
Okay.
and 400 horsepower from the factory.
Okay.
Usually on the OPF cars, out the box, without an intercooler and without a decat downpipe,
Yeah.
we see 395 horsepower.
Okay.
And the torque is usually 475, 480 newton meters. They're down on horsepower, but obviously because you've got the intercooler on,
Yeah.
and you've got the OPF filters removed and the decat removed,
Yeah.
and sorry, the cat's removed, it is showing around 15 more horsepower. Yeah, let's start tuning this and see what it makes.
Right, so time for some more power now. See what it does on stage 2. First time I've been 200 miles an hour, but not going anywhere. Right, so the tuning's all done. I actually got quite strong figures from this. 521.1 bhp. Yeah, so what Owen was saying, we'll get a little explanation in a second, is that this OPF RS3 is making stronger than normal figures, which is a good sign. See, usually the OPF cars make like 20 brake less than your non-OPF cars, or both facelift RS3s. But this one, even without the turbo elbow, did 521 brakes, so strong car. But yeah, Owen, what are we saying then?
Right, this for an OPF car is really good figures.
Okay.
It made between 635 and 640 newton meters. The final one was 635.
Yeah.
And your peak horsepower was 521.1 horsepower. That's corrected. That's really good figures for an OPF car. All we've done to the car is an intercooler, a one brand intercooler, and a one brand downpipe.
Literally,
that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
When you fit the turbo elbow and the Venturi stage 3 intake,
Yeah.
I expect you to gain around 20 horsepower, 15 to 20 horsepower,
Nice.
easily, because I know they flow really well. But once you do that, you're pretty much done with the car.
Yeah,
You don't need
yeah.
to do anything else.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, it just sounds insane,
As I
doesn't it?
mentioned before about your exhaust flaps, so a couple of things we do in our software, we add the crackles back.
Yeah.
We add the wastegate roll patch, so when you take it home at some point, when you get a cold start,
Yeah.
compare the video from when we done it at the unit, when you rolled it off the ramp, to what it is now.
Yeah, it's a lot
Right,
less
just compare
rattly.
it will be a lot less rattly. That's in drive mode as well, so whilst you're driving, it will be a lot less rattly. Anybody who's fitted the downpipe to an RS3 facelift knows about the rattle.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
very apparent in person
it's
as well,
horrible.
isn't it?
There's a lot of tweaks in the software, but that's the main ones you're going to notice, you know.
For sure.
There's a lot of drivability improvements.
Yeah.
You'll notice kind of better throttle response.
Mm.
It'll even be better on fuel.
Okay.
You'll notice that on the way home.
Yeah.
You know? So
added little benefit there. Killed a bunch of flies on the way here. But yeah. So the plan is we're going to pull it out now. Owen's going to do a few flybys past. so mate, that's the same car. Jeez, it's got them like hit you in your chest downshift bangs that the pre-facelift used to have. That's just naughty, and for a car that had an OPF.
You've got to say now, mate. This doesn't really work.
Ooh, that little whistle from the turbo as well.
Yeah.
Insane, man. Yeah. First drive video coming soon. I won't do it in this video, you gotta wait for the next one. Gotta split up the content, you know what I mean? Right, so launch time. How can he launch and I can't? Right, so let's jump in before the sun disappears. Yeah, that's quick.
Yeah. Right, you see the gear changes?
Yeah, they're like you can.
The gear changes are seamless. I believe we have the best gearbox solution possibly in the world for this car at the moment, because you won't find quicker gear shifts anywhere else. I've yet to see gearbox software as good as this. Knock it to manual.
Yeah, it's just there, isn't it?
So
that's some quick gear changes, man.
Instant.
Yeah, it's right there. The way the sound it makes it slightly different now as well. Yep. OPF RS3 no longer exists.
What OPF?
What OPF? That's the way to say it. So yeah, I mean, this goes to show what you can do with these cars. It isn't something to be afraid of. If you were going to go station anyway and you want one of these, still go for it. Make sure you come see Owen as well. Make the drive up wherever you are. Look, I've driven 5 hours to get here. Right, so a little end credit clip before we sign off for today. I'm going to get a rev battle between mine, which is a DNWA full stage 2 decatted. We've got a pre-facelift. I know it's got a facelift front end, but this is the iron block car. And then we've got Dan's TTRS, which is a Daza. So all three variants almost, they all got the same setup on them, the same software, and the same decat pipes as well. So we'll see how they differ in sound. They do even differ between these two engines as well. Right, so we're going to start with the pre-facelift car. They're known to be the ASBO RS3. Main man Ibby's here. I'll let you go ahead. Very nice, thank you. Now the Daza. Not bad. And then my car. Chuck it up. Awesome. Yeah. Right, so I don't know, they all just sound loud, to be honest. But yeah, what we'll do, we'll end the video here. It is getting dark. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you come and see Owen as well if you want to get your stuff done to your RS3. Worth making the trip up. Been a good laugh today. Look out for the first drive video next. But yeah, make sure you subscribe for all that content to come. Drop me a follow on Instagram as well. I'll stop rambling now and I'll see you guys in the next video.